Wu Chun's journey has always been one of contrast. Born into privilege in Brunei, he seemed destined for a life in business, yet he chose the unpredictable path of entertainment. Rising to fame as a member of Fahrenheit, he captivated millions with his striking looks and clean image, all while guarding a secret that could have ended everything. His story is not just about fame, but about the hidden pressures idols face, the sacrifices they make, and the shocking truth he eventually revealed. This is the untold life of Wu Chun, brought to you by Criminal Tracks. Born in Brunei on October 10, 1979, Wu Chun's life story did not begin in the typical struggle that many entertainers face. He was born into privilege, a member of a family with significant influence in Brunei's business world. His father, Wu Jingtian, built the Chunji Group, a company with interests in real estate and car dealerships, which gave the family both financial security and social prominence. This background meant that Wu Chun never had to worry about survival, but it also created an expectation for him to carry the family legacy forward. He grew up in an environment where discipline, responsibility, and reputation were always emphasized. Yet, behind the polished exterior of his upbringing, there was a young man with a deep interest in fitness, performance, and a desire to carve out his own identity beyond the shadow of family wealth. After completing his schooling in Brunei, Wu Chun decided to study abroad, choosing RMIT University in Melbourne, Australia. There, he earned a degree in business administration, fulfilling part of his father's wish that he would gain knowledge useful for the family enterprise. However, his years in Australia also became a turning point in discovering independence. Away from Brunei's sheltered environment, Wu Chun found himself immersed in a cosmopolitan world. He worked part-time jobs, experienced cultural diversity, and built confidence outside of his comfort zone. Fitness became his passion during this period, and he developed a physique that would later distinguish him from other Taiwanese idols. Unlike many aspiring entertainers who pursued art schools or acting classes, Wu Chun's entry into the entertainment world would come through his physical presence and discipline as much as his talent. Returning to Brunei after graduation, he briefly worked within the family business, but soon realized that his heart was elsewhere. He opened a gym in Brunei, which became a symbol of his love for health and fitness. Yet his ambitions stretched beyond his homeland. The gym was successful, but it could not contain his restless drive for something larger. He began modeling, using his tall frame and sharp looks to gain recognition. This modeling career brought him to Taiwan, where entertainment scouts quickly noticed his unique blend of charisma and discipline. In 2005, Wu Chun's life shifted dramatically when he was chosen to join Fahrenheit, a Taiwanese boy band under Him International Music. The group's image was carefully curated to attract a broad audience across Asia, and Wu Chun's role was to embody maturity and reliability, contrasting with the youthful energy of the other members. His background in fitness made him stand out as the athletic, dependable member of the group. Almost overnight, he transitioned from a Bruneian businessman's son to a heartthrob idol with screaming fans across Taiwan, mainland China, and beyond. Fahrenheit's success was staggering. Their albums topped charts, fan clubs multiplied, and endorsements poured in. Wu Chun, with his chiseled features and calm demeanor, became one of the most recognizable faces in the industry. At the same time, he began acting in Taiwanese dramas, quickly proving that his appeal was not limited to music. His breakout role came with Hana Kimi in 2006, a lighthearted yet wildly popular drama that cemented him as a leading man. The show's success introduced him to audiences far beyond Taiwan, reaching as far as Japan and Southeast Asia. Despite the dazzling lights of fame, Wu Chun maintained a sense of discipline that set him apart. While other idols were rumored to indulge in nightlife and controversies, his image remained clean and admirable. He devoted much of his free time to fitness, often crediting his strict routines for keeping him grounded amid the chaos of stardom. To fans, he became not only a pop idol, but also a role model for health and perseverance. This carefully constructed persona was reinforced by his polite demeanor in interviews and his ability to avoid scandals in an industry where personal lives were constantly dissected. What few people knew, however, was that behind this polished image, Wu Chun was already leading a double life. Long before his debut in Fahrenheit, he had already made a lifelong commitment to someone very special. In 2004, a year before entering the entertainment world, he married his longtime girlfriend Lin Lian in Brunei. Together they started a family that remained hidden from the public eye. At the time, the industry expected idols to appear available, charming, and unattached, to feed the fantasies of millions of fans. A married idol risked losing fan support and commercial deals, which made Wu Chun's situation particularly delicate. Thus, as he was smiling for cameras and holding the hands of fictional co-stars on screen, Wu Chun was also quietly returning home to his wife and eventually to his children. This balancing act required immense secrecy, and for years, even his bandmates did not publicly acknowledge his private life. While fans adored him for his seemingly flawless image, only a few close confidants understood the personal sacrifices and the emotional toll it took to hide such an essential part of his identity. Wu Chun's early rise to fame was therefore not only a story of talent and opportunity, but also one of careful management of public perception. He embodied the dream idol: wealthy background, global education, striking looks, and discipline that seemed unshakable. But beneath the surface, his reality was far more complex. He was already a husband and soon a father, carrying the weight of two worlds: the glittering fantasy of the entertainment industry and the quiet, concealed reality of family life in Brunei. This secret would remain locked away for nearly a decade, until its eventual revelation shook both his career and his carefully cultivated reputation. Wu Chun's rise in the entertainment industry coincided with one of the most competitive eras for Taiwanese idols. By the late 2000s, the Asian pop market was dominated by Korean groups on one side and Japanese idols on the other. Taiwan, however, carved out its own space with groups like Fahrenheit, which quickly grew into a cultural phenomenon. The group's concept relied on presenting each member as a different season and personality type, and Wu Chun was branded as the embodiment of autumn: mature, calm, and dependable. This branding worked perfectly with his naturally reserved demeanor and his disciplined lifestyle. While some fans were drawn to the youthful playfulness of other members, many saw Wu Chun as the anchor of the group, the one who radiated stability amid the chaos of fame. As Fahrenheit's fame skyrocketed, Wu Chun began landing more acting roles. His role in Romantic Princess, alongside Angela Chang, highlighted his ability to portray charm and elegance, while still delivering emotional depth. He was not just another boy band singer dabbling in acting. He proved himself capable of carrying entire dramas on his shoulders. These roles expanded his reach, particularly in mainland China, where the drama market was booming. Wu Chun became a cross-border sensation, drawing fan meetings in Beijing, Hong Kong, and Singapore that sold out within hours. Endorsements followed, ranging from luxury fashion to fitness products, further cementing his reputation as both an entertainer and a lifestyle icon. But beneath the polished surface of this career expansion lay a secret tension. Wu Chun was already balancing an invisible boundary between public image and private responsibility. While his peers in the entertainment world could freely date, experiment, or even scandalize, he lived with the knowledge that one revelation could potentially collapse his carefully constructed career. Behind the curtain of stardom, he was already a husband and soon to be a father. Yet to the outside world, he was the unattached idol adored by millions. This secrecy added pressure to his performances, interviews, and interactions. Every word had to be measured, every gesture calculated to maintain the illusion. The media began to take notice of the mystery surrounding him. While tabloids speculated about the personal lives of other Fahrenheit members, Wu Chun's love life was a blank page. No credible rumors, no paparazzi photos, no scandals. For some, this sparked admiration, as he appeared to be the model of professionalism. For others, it created suspicion. Rumors swirled about his sexuality, with some tabloids suggesting that his lack of public relationships was deliberate concealment. Fans debated endlessly online, and though most stood by him, the speculation never entirely faded. Wu Chun remained silent, knowing that any confirmation, whether of a relationship, marriage, or family, could jeopardize not only his reputation, but also the livelihood of those who depended on the band's success. Meanwhile, his career continued to flourish. He took on film projects such as 14 Blades alongside Donnie Yen, proving his ability to cross into the world of cinema. His clean-cut image made him a safe choice for leading roles, especially in productions aimed at family-friendly audiences. The contrast was striking. While many idols saw their careers stumble after being entangled in gossip, Wu Chun's career remained steady, shielded by a fortress of secrecy. It was a strategy that worked, but it also isolated him from the authenticity fans craved. As the years passed, Fahrenheit eventually slowed down, and Wu Chun shifted more into acting, solo projects, and business. He never abandoned his roots in fitness, continuing to promote healthy living and even opening additional gyms. This business expansion was both a fallback plan and a reflection of his passion. Unlike many idols who poured their earnings into fleeting luxuries, Wu Chun invested in ventures that reflected his values. Fitness was not just a hobby, but a brand he wanted to share with others. He became an ambassador for health in an industry often criticized for pushing unrealistic body standards. Still, the demands of fame never allowed him to fully relax. By the early 2000s, whispers about his personal life began to intensify. Sharp-eyed reporters noticed that he frequently traveled back to Brunei, often under vague explanations. Some suspected that there was more to these trips than family visits. Online speculation grew bolder, with netizens suggesting he might have a secret wife or children. Yet Wu Chun maintained his silence. He was not the kind of celebrity who lashed out at rumors, nor did he confirm them. His strategy was to stay quiet and hope the storm would pass. But the cracks in his image were beginning to show. The balancing act between career success and hidden family life weighed heavily. In Taiwan's entertainment industry, idols were often treated as commodities, their personal lives carefully managed to sustain fan fantasies. Wu Chun understood this system all too well. He knew that the revelation of a marriage, especially one predating his debut, could be seen as betrayal. The label idol carried expectations of availability and purity, and for years he lived under that burden. Even so, he continued to smile in interviews, perform on stage, and act in dramas, all while returning quietly to a family life he dared not reveal. His secrecy had consequences. While it protected his career, it also created emotional distance from fans who longed for a more genuine connection. The entertainment world thrives on authenticity, or at least the illusion of it, and Wu Chun's guarded demeanor sometimes made him appear untouchable. Yet, this very strategy also shielded him from the scandals that destroyed other idols' careers. It was a double-edged sword, one that would eventually come to a breaking point. By the time Fahrenheit disbanded and Wu Chun entered a new phase of his career, the entertainment landscape had changed. Audiences were beginning to value honesty more than perfection. Social media was giving fans direct access to stars' lives, and idols who shared their struggles often found deeper loyalty from their followers. Wu Chun's silence, once seen as professionalism, now risked alienating him from a generation that demanded transparency. The pressure built until, in 2013, he could no longer conceal the truth. What he revealed then shocked the world and redefined his career in ways no one could have predicted. By 2013, Wu Chun had reached a point where the facade could no longer be sustained. The whispers had grown too loud, the speculation too persistent, and the pressure too heavy. When he finally stepped forward and revealed the truth, It sent shockwaves through his fan base and the broader entertainment world. He admitted that he had been married since 2004, years before he debuted with Fahrenheit, and that he was already a father. The revelation hit fans like a thunderbolt. For nearly a decade, many had believed in the image of a single available idol, only to discover that he had been living a parallel life all along. The backlash was immediate. Some fans felt betrayed, accusing him of dishonesty and manipulation. They argued that he had built his career on a lie, presenting himself as a bachelor while enjoying the financial and emotional support of fans who invested in the fantasy. Others, however, defended him, pointing out the suffocating demands of the idol industry. They argued that he had no choice but to hide his family, given the rigid expectations placed on male idols to appear unattached. For every critic who condemned him, there were also supporters who expressed sympathy, admiring his courage for finally speaking the truth. Media outlets dissected his revelation from every angle. Some called it the idol scandal of the year, while others framed it as a story of a man reclaiming his authenticity. Tabloids highlighted the timeline of his marriage, his children, and the years of secrecy, questioning whether he would have ever confessed without mounting pressure. The debate exposed a deeper issue in Asian pop culture: the unrealistic demand for idols to sacrifice their personal lives for public adoration. Wu Chun's case became a cautionary tale of what happens when human reality collides with manufactured perfection. In the months following his confession, Wu Chun focused on reframing his image. Instead of hiding his family, he began to embrace fatherhood publicly. He appeared with his daughter in reality shows, revealing a tender, nurturing side that surprised fans who had only seen his polished idol persona. These appearances gradually softened public opinion. Audiences who once felt deceived began to admire his dedication as a father and husband. His openness became a strength rather than a weakness, proving that authenticity, even when delayed, could repair reputations. His career survived, though it changed course. The boy band image was gone forever, replaced by a more mature identity as an actor, businessman, and family man. He continued to work in television and film, though not with the same heartthrob branding that defined his early years. Instead, he leaned into roles and appearances that highlighted his discipline, health, and wisdom. He became a fitness ambassador, often invited to share tips on healthy living, a field where his credibility was unquestionable. His gym business in Brunei thrived, expanding his influence beyond the entertainment industry. Wu Chun's scandal-free life after the revelation further restored his standing. Unlike many stars who stumbled from one controversy to another, he stayed consistent, focusing on family and business. Fans who grew older alongside him found his evolution relatable. They too were transitioning from youthful fantasies to adult responsibilities, and seeing their idol embrace fatherhood made him feel more human. In this way, the very truth that once threatened his career became the foundation for a new chapter built on honesty. Still, the scars of the past lingered. Some fans never forgave the deception, and for them, Wu Chun would always remain the idol who lied. He never shied away from acknowledging this pain. In interviews, he admitted that hiding his marriage had been one of the hardest decisions of his life. He explained that it was not about deceiving fans, but about survival in a brutal industry. His candor, though late, revealed the immense pressure idols face to trade personal happiness for professional gain. Today, Wu Chun stands as a unique figure in Asian entertainment. He is no longer the flawless idol of Fahrenheit, but he is respected as a man who weathered both the storm of fame and the storm of revelation. He has carved a path that balances celebrity and authenticity, business and family. His life is a reminder that idols are human, subject to the same struggles, mistakes, and growth as anyone else. His story continues to resonate, not as a tale of perfection, but as a testament to resilience. The once secret husband and father is now publicly celebrated for the very roles he once hid. Wu Chun's journey reflects the transformation of the entertainment industry itself, shifting from polished illusions to more authentic connections. While the shock of his confession will always be a defining chapter, it is also the reason fans now see him as more than just an idol. He is a husband, a father, a businessman, and above all, a man who chose, however belatedly, to live in truth. From the glittering lights of Taiwanese dramas to the quiet strength of fatherhood in Brunei, Wu Chun's path has been anything but ordinary. His carefully guarded secret once threatened to unravel his career, yet it also forced him to confront the harsh expectations placed on idols. Today, he stands not as the flawless figure fans once imagined, but as a man respected for resilience, discipline, and honesty. His transformation proves that even in an industry built on illusions, truth has the power to redefine everything. Stay tuned to Criminal Tracks for more stories hidden behind fame.